Welcome back, everybody. Cardinals franchise here again in Season 2. We now have 2 months to go in the regular season as we sit ahead of the Brewers by 4.5 games in the Central. We have 2 months to try and get back to the postseason after putting together an outstanding season to this point with one of the league's best overall offenses and pitching staffs. I did not expect things to come together in Season 2 the way they have. But given this is now a very strong team, we are going to play some more games in this final quarter of the season to see if this team can really keep it up going into the postseason, and if we have a chance to accelerate the progress of this rebuild a little bit. I've completely changed my thoughts on guys like Brendan Donovan, who I thought would be maybe around a couple years longer, but now he looks like a player that'll be a mainstay for a long time with his on-base skill, and now hitting .332. His ratings are soaring, and he can play almost any position. Jordan Walker, 17 home runs, absolutely crushing it right now, especially against lefties. He is right on track to being one of the cornerstone offensive players in this series. Now, I have expected some regression with our pitching. When you look at guys, we had some veterans who were regressing and not playing all that well, so I decided to make the change last episode, demoting Miles Michaelis and Kyle Gibson, and we bring up Tekoa Roby and Tink Hence. We got to see Roby's debut last episode. It went extremely well. And now I've updated his pitch mix, and I wish I had that correct before playing the first Major League game with him. But I did find some information, and you guys are always on top of this in the comment section, but I did find some good info for Roby's true pitch mix. I kept the ratings what they should be, but the pitches now are accurate. And I did the same for Tink Hence, gave him a little bit more velocity on his four seam. And I found an article from him on Fangraphs doing an interview where he talked about each pitch and the velocity he throws it at. And I even went to just, let's take care of Dylan Lesko's while we're at it. And I think his pitch mix is like the same as Tink Hence. So I swapped out his two-seamer for a slider. And for anybody else that needs updating, I'll check on them. But those are the guys who are mostly relevant right now. And then as we talk about some of our drafted players, obviously I don't have to edit anything there. Hopefully we see some cool skill sets, though. Steve Castilla throws a splitter. That's a little bit more unique. And I know there is some hunger right now to see Benny Matsumoto play a game. So Benny has been great down at AA this season. He's a couple years away, but this year has been very good for his development. The strikeouts, you'll notice, are much lower than you'd like to see, but that's one of those things that just has to develop over time for certain pitchers. He has other strengths. Before we get into some Cardinals games today, I wanted to show you something very cool that happened last episode. So, with the 5th overall selection in the draft, the Nationals ended up taking pitcher Ardan Mercer, and I felt that name was a little bit familiar. That's because he was the number 1 pick in the year 1 draft in this series, but did not sign with the Guardians. In this game, what happens is those players will return to the player pool. They'll now have college experience, and they try again the next year. So Mercer still was a top 5 selection, and now he has signed on with the Nationals. But if you miss out on a player, or another team does, you might have a chance to go and get him again the following year. And I wonder then if you could just, if you remember that name, maybe you don't have to worry about scouting them. I don't know if anything could really change drastically from year to year. This is still a new concept to me, but that is so cool. And I'm pretty sure for players that are like already 4-year college players and then don't sign, I think they just go straight to the free agent pool. But I haven't seen an example of that yet. But that's just one of the things that I really liked about the drafting this year. Let's get to one of the big events of the episode, the debut of Tink Hence against Paul Skeens of the Pirates. Now, what I wanted to try doing for this game, because it's a player lock, I'm going to adjust my custom game entry. This has been a weird thing to get used to this year. This is how I normally keep it by default, which makes it act very similar to the critical situations of years past. I'm just going to knock it all the way down and just let me play wherever, and hopefully once he's taken out of the game, I have the option then to just continue with the rest of the game. But here is Tink Hence, a 69 overall starting pitcher, 22 years old. He has been very good down at AAA this season, and it's time for him to get his major league opportunity. We're giving two guys chances here late, and maybe they both play well, maybe neither one does, but it's valuable information. We can always bring back those veterans if things don't work out, but now is the time to see what we've got with these guys. We don't have a ton of money to be spending in free agency looking ahead to next season, so it would be nice to know if we have some young pitchers we can trust, or if we have to put what money we have back into the rotation. If these two play well, let's us put some money elsewhere. So here we go. Tink Hence versus the Pirates, just like we saw from Tekoa Roby. So it's Ke'Bryan Hayes to start things off. Fastball high from Hence. I did bump up his velocity a little bit. Before, his fastball was targeted around 94, and from what I was reading, his fastball is just a little bit faster than that. Down below, they're saying we still have 7 top 100 prospects. One of the better farm systems, I think, already. High curveball, and Hence luckily gets ahead. Let's see if he can put him away. That is off the plate. In the air, left field, and that one is touching down as Hayes makes the break for second and has a leadoff double. Already a little trouble for Tink Hence. Missing with his breaking pitches here a couple times, and now it's Triolo. Fastball high again. That gets away from Contreras, and Hayes is up to third base safely. Not how we wanted this game to unfold early. And Triolo hits it in the air to right, and Hayes is coming home. The throw on line, they got him! And early on, Tink Hence learns the value of a great defense. Lars Nootbaar saves the rookie his first run allowed. What a great throw that was. Now you get the reward of facing Juan Soto. 34 homers, 83 RBIs. For how many additions the Pirates made, it's kind of a shock that they haven't gotten more wins. I like a lot of this core they have, but it seems that in my series, they always have trouble no matter what they do. Soto's going to reach. That was knocked down by Edman. So that'll bring up the fourth hitter of the inning. It's Pete Alonso. That's in there, a curveball. Oh yeah, I did swap out Roby's curve to be a 12-6 instead of just a regular curveball. That did match up with what I was reading on his skill set. It's easier when guys have major league experience because Baseball Savant has all the information you could need on a guy's pitch mix. Like here's just an example, and you'll have velocities and their ranges, percentages thrown, everything organized. But they don't have that for minor league players. 3-1 now, and Hence has not had a very sharp first inning. Missing inside to Alonso, and you don't get a break here because now you get to face O'Neal Cruz. Oh, I screwed up his debut. His energy is in a bad spot. I must have called him up and put him in the wrong spot in the rotation. So this is really not a good evaluation at all. All right. You have to roll with the punches, though. What we're going to do here is Tink Hence's debut today is as an opener. And it's knocked down. Hence will cover, but Cruz is safe. Can I possibly exit player lock already? Yes. Tink Hence is an opener today. All right. Kopech's next. Reynolds, base hit right field. Nootbaar fires home, and it's 1-0 Pittsburgh. Man, I thought that when you call the guy up for some reason that it just normalized stamina. Bounced it past Gorman. This is a disaster. And now 3-0 Pittsburgh. Oh, man. We're about to ruin his ERA for the whole year with this one. That wasn't how we drew it up. But I think with the player lock, I didn't have a chance to even see the stamina. Because I play the game weird, I screwed that up. I guess I have to pay attention to that next time and make note of a guy's last start at the previous level. All right, so that one didn't go well. Nootbaar hit a home run late. It was a 13-7 game, I guess. Good outing for Paul Skeens against us. He ends up with the win. Ooh, Michael Ciani just suffered a torn labrum. He's going to be done for the year down at AAA. So we'll pick up a different start with Tink Hence today and just forget about that one, I guess. We got a series in Kansas City now. Cardinals win 7-0. Good outing for Steven Matz. We've had a lot of great outings from him, and this one goes 7 1/3. 2 more homers for Lars Nootbaar. Great pitching in the KC series. We allow 1 run in 3 games with Matz, Gray, and Burns pitching. Now we've got the younger arms in Tink Hence and Tekoa Roby. Roby gets to face Pablo Lopez in his next game. And the Cardinals win this one as well, getting 3 in the top of the 9th against Minnesota. Roby goes 8 2/3 and then allowed a run at the very end. So Ryan Helsley gets a 1-out save. Ryan Jeffers spoiled Roby's moment. And then Tink Hence gets his chance in Minnesota. So Tink Hence actually has a full 5 days rest. Now he faces the Minnesota Twins. So if you're in a regular game, by the way, and you want to switch to player lock, you can hit R2 when you're pitching anyway to select the hitter you want. But if you hit the left trigger, then it will let you play as the pitcher. The control does pop up in the lower left, but it's not always there. But that is an option. So let's forget the start of the video, and here is Tink Hence against Manuel Margot. And there is a cool surprise in this Twins lineup later on. Cardinals 73 45. Margot hitting 274. Hence gives up a ground ball. It's a base hit to left. Carlos Correa. He's out in front. He's out in front again. 0-2 now. Correa waves, and Tink Hence picks up his first big league strikeout. We're getting some prospect highlights down below on the ticker as well. Oh, they're showing stats between both levels there. That's pretty neat. By him at 96. And 0-2 again. Not this time. Good job by Contreras. That is strike 3. Edward Julian now. 313 hitter. That misses high. 19 home runs. One of the better hitters this year in the American League. And now Hence falling behind. It's 3-0. Ryan Jeffers on deck. And Julian is not one to chase all that often. He has one of the best eyes at the plate in all of baseball. Good slider. Did he go? He does. It was a strike anyway. He didn't have to appeal. He just had to identify that it was a strike, okay? 2 strikes and blocked again by Contreras. 3-2. Runners will leave early. The Twins are hitting the ball pretty well this season. Here's Hence. Out of the inning. What a pitch on the outer corner. He strikes out the side in what should be his big league debut. Alex Kirilloff. Change up, clips the outer edge. 3 outs with 3 strikeouts to this point, and make it 4. Hey, we got to fix this 67 ERA, all right? The Twins got outfielder Matt Wallner. He pops up and will end the strikeout streak. But get ready for who's hitting 8th, all right? Minnesota Twins top prospects. Wait, hold that phone. Lamont Wade somehow found his way back to Minnesota. The Twins traded Lamont Wade to the Giants for, I believe, like a reliever they never really used. It was a terrible trade. Even if he's not a superstar, he's a good player. But the Twins got Lamont Wade back. Who do they end up trading him for? I'm going to get upset just remembering this all over again. So it must be hitting 9th then, the guy I was waiting on. That's a good slider. The slider's been on point. Lamont Wade was traded for reliever Sean Anderson. But the Twins had seen enough of him after he had 8 2/3 innings pitched. Popped up by Lamont Wade. And for Hence, that's a 1-2-3 inning. Walker Jenkins hitting 9th for Minnesota, their top prospect, taken in the first round in the 2023 draft. Not a bad situation if your top 10 prospect is hitting 9th, although he is not performing all that well relative to the rest of this lineup. Hence ahead. Wow, that curve nailed the corner again. Jenkins almost dumped it on the chalk. 1-2. That didn't sound good. Deep to left, over Donovan and off the billboard. A double for Walker Jenkins. He's had some really good pitches on the edge. Manuel Margot goes after one up, and that could be in reach for Nolan, and he makes the catch reaching over the railing. Yeah, he's definitely in the zone right now. When you're consistently hitting spots like that, you're going to have a fine day. Ahead of Correa. He struck him out. 97 upper edge. 5 Ks for Tink Hence. The only pitch not working well is the changeup. The rest, though, money. Did he go? He does. Down goes Royce Lewis. And that is 6 strikeouts. The Twins are dumbfounded at the way this rookie is dominating. Oh, got him reaching a little bit on that one. 0-2 on Julian. Wow. How do you look at that pitch? Comes back and has it speared by Tommy Edman. Big swing and miss from Ryan Jeffers. Can't wait to check the analysis on this. How many swings and misses have there been? He's got really good stuff, man, and this is just the start. Popped up. Again, good placement on the fastball. Out number 2. Good curveball that time, and Tommy makes the play. We're out of the 4th. Twins still without a run. And the same is apparently true for us. So it's a scoreless tie, bottom of the 5th inning. Really impressed with his fastball today. This is like one of the better games a fastball has felt for me in this game. One of the best since like I was playing with Joe Michael in the Oakland series. Only Hence isn't just like throwing it down the middle by guys every time. He's locating so precisely. Late night Lamont Wade. Fastball in there. That was left over the heart of the plate. Way deep to center. Off the wall. Yeah, target field's got some spots here that are a little tough. Man, that spot in center is brutal. You hit it that well, it should be a home run. But that's got to be like a 20-foot wall over 400 feet from home plate. Walker Jenkins now after the Twins' 3rd double, I want to say. Stay put. Out number 2. Falling behind, Manuel Margot. And a walk on 4 pitches puts 2 aboard for Carlos Correa. This experiment here is also kind of my way of trying to beat incoming regression. So with our rotation, the age of those players, a lot of those advanced numbers weren't favoring them. I felt like there was going to be regression on the horizon. So my way of trying to avoid that was bringing up 2 young guys that are complete unknowns but could be really good. And hopefully that allows us to maintain first place in the Central. 1-2 on Carlos Correa. That is a dangerous spot to leave that pitch. Into right, down for a hit, and they will hold the runner. Look at me backing up on that throw. Bases loaded, 2 down. Royce Lewis. Oh, this is the last guy I want to face right now. This guy was a grand slam machine last year. Oh, no. I wish I could face anybody else at this moment. What the? In there, a strike. He's starting to get a little, I don't know if careless is the right word, but he's just losing command of some of those breaking pitches. They might not be the answer anymore. Good changeup. Haven't thrown that one here in a minute, but was hoping it would help us out late. 1-2. Low. All right. One more slider. Got away with one. I don't know if I want to go back to it. Challenge him. Fastball! Got him! Strike 3, and we're out of the 5th. Will he get a 6th inning? He is a little out of energy at this point. Not completely, but not a lot left. I have returned to full team control. I intend on playing out the remainder of this game. Hence facing Julian. We're here in the 6th. That one's in. 2 strikes. Got him! Julian chases the change. 8 strikeouts for Tink Hence. This is what I wanted to see out of a debut. Can we just say this is the debut? That probably should be it, though. His energy is extremely low. I don't want to bring in a lefty to face Jeffers, though. Right field, Lars measures and makes the catch. All right, Alex Kirilloff, do we want to make a change here? I don't know. Hence has max confidence. Let's see if he can go one more. Inside at 94. And it's crushed to right center. Kirilloff off the scoreboard and gone. All right, confidence is not going to overcome the stamina there. Yeah, I shouldn't have left him in, but man, he was pitching so well. It's still an excellent start for Tink Hence. That's the first home run allowed in his MLB career. And we will make the change here with Zach Thompson. And now my objective is going to be to make sure he doesn't take a loss in this kind of a game.
Number 57, Zach.
So Zach Thompson will get the left-on-left matchup against Wallner. And that's flying to Carlson in center field. It is 1-0 Minnesota. Let's see if we can get our offense going. Bailey Ober is pitching a gem today. We don't have much offense, clearly. Just a couple hits. 71 pitches. Into this one. Contreras laces one to right center field. And we'll have to hold at first base. Nolan's turn. And he has really been more effective against righties. Over 40 points better. Tried to turn on the fastball and did a little early. Good fastball in. That one is softly hit to left center. Only 82 off the bat for out number one. Now Gorman in the game. He falls behind. Twins got action in their pen. Fighting off tough pitches. Fouled back a fastball. That was the one right there. Man, he's given us stuff to work with. Gorman just needs to square one up. And lose the battle ultimately on the curve. That brings up J.D. Davis then. And it gets by the catcher Jeffers. Contreras into scoring position. Bottom of the zone, strike three. Should have been strike three right there. Instead, full count to Walker Jenkins. Lifted high and hard to right. Nootbaar with enough room. Eighth inning, Bailey Ober staying in the game. Edman under it. He's leaving fastballs in the middle of the plate. We just got to hit him better. Carlson gets a chance. Left center, 84 off the bat. Why can't we hit one of these harder? Donovan hitting third here in the inning. And drives one out to right field. And it's run down. His fastball's out of gas. It's hitting 90 there. 3 hits for the Cardinals today. This has been going by very quickly. Julian through the infield. He's got a base hit with 2 gone in the 8th. Falling behind, Jeffers 3-1. Got to keep this curve down. We do, and the count's full. Julian will leave early. And 2 on now for Minnesota. Matt Moore got the first 2 quick. And the next 2 now give him more trouble. Edman can't stop it. And the run will score. The Twins create a run out of nowhere. Why can't we retire Wallner here? He just keeps fouling off curves. And now sends one to center. You gotta be kidding me. Matt Moore gives up his second run of the inning. And Moore's been one of our top relievers this season. Just bad timing. Even the lefties have had good at-bats against him. He gets Lamont Wade, and now we need a little bit more than just the one. Bailey Ober going for a complete game. What's his stamina? Because he still has a lot in the tank. His rating has to be pretty high. That or the simulated stamina doesn't really work well. He's got 80, which is definitely above average. That can put you into 100-plus territory. So Ober looking for a complete game shutout the day after they ruined the complete game shutout for Tekoa Roby. I think we have to at least repay the favor. Strike 3 on Nootbaar. He'll give us one to hit eventually. We just got to be ready for it. Walker in the air, left field. That is back. He caught it on the wall. Matt Wallner missed it by that much. Their catcher spoiled our shutout. Here is our catcher, Wilson Contreras. Whatever. Get me on to the next one. Even in the show, the Twins gotta make me angry. And they won. Well, Tink Hence showed some excellent upside today in this outing, but he might demand a trade based on my current usage of him. His fastball, to me, was really impressive. They missed it 6 times. They missed 4 of his sliders. Overall, 13 swings and misses for Minnesota. The command was just so impressive. I thought he was very consistent. We got the ERA down from like 65 to an 8.5. If he pitches like he did today, he'll be just fine. I want to fix that number so bad. At least the FIP's all right, despite what's happened already. 4.5 games up on the Brewers. Why don't we simulate through a full week here? Cardinals beat the White Sox and do so 3 straight times. In the 11-9 victory, Gorman goes yard twice. Arenado, Walker, Herrera go yard. Corbin Burns gave up 8, and it just didn't matter. We had a 5-run second. They scored 5 to answer. We scored 6. That's just exhausting. They got 3 back, though. You got to give them credit. Roby's next start. Now we're taking on the Rays. Very similar records. Roby has a shutout going. And we end up beating the Rays as Tekoa Roby goes 6 2/3, allowing just 1. Tink Hence against the Rays in the next game. Rays win. And that is a 6-inning outing for Hence. 2 runs allowed. Not bad. But the bats don't help him out again. We just lost back-to-back games for the first time all month, as the Guardians can be a little bit annoying team to face. They have an annoying style of play. Even if I like their style of play, it's annoying to face. Just slap the ball around, don't hit it that hard, steal a base, play good defense, death by 1,000 cuts offense, basically. 9-4, Cleveland ends up sweeping us. And this was a great day for Lars Nootbaar, and that's about it. Roby gives up 5 and 5 2/3, his roughest outing to this point. And then Hence gets the Braves. I'm not quite ready for that one, because I think it's time to go down a little bit to Springfield and catch up with Benny Matsumoto. Benny just got up to 65 overall. This is very solid development. He's only 21 years old and has a chance to be a high-level ace for us down the road. He already prevents home runs pretty well. His pitching clutch is solid. Honestly, he's not that far away. We want to give him the best chance to succeed. We're not going to rush him along. When it comes to our prospects, I am editing their gear and their batting stance and their throwing motion if it comes in as generic 1. Hasn't been the case for a lot of these players. Here's Benny Matsumoto wearing number 0. Fastball, changeup, slider, and a 2-seam. His fastball is in the low to mid 90s. 93 on this one to get ahead 0-2. Got a piece of it. Good slider, but couldn't miss the bat. 1 down. Changeup right on that outside corner. The slider hit the exact same spot and is apparently a ball. Hey, AA players, AA umpires too. 2-2 now on Hernandez. Got him at 93. Now, not every prospect ends up panning out, and because Matsumoto has such a high ceiling, I'm pretty sure he's going to be great for us. But just imagine a potential rotation for us with Tink Hence, Takoa Roby, Steve Castilla, Benny Matsumoto. I mean, the players could already be in place for a nasty rotation going forward. And that's not to mention Dylan Lesko is also an option. We traded for him. But there's 5 guys right there that could all be impact starters by year 4? Year 5, maybe? I mean, Matsumoto's the guy who probably shows up the latest. And then you also have to keep in mind, Burns and Gray are there in place right now, so you're not going to have a 7-man rotation. You got to crack the top 5. A full count here from Benny Matsumoto. Got him right by him. 93. Ooh, climbed the ladder on that one. Matsumoto, 1-2. He struck him out. He'll swing at anything. Matsumoto handles. Got him. There's the slider on the outside. He does seem a league above these other AA players in the little bit we've seen here. Matsumoto, strike 3. They've hardly put the ball in play to this point. Is he that tough to hit? Oh, they heard me. Deep to center. It is gone. Wow, excellent timing on my part again. I was due for a little commentator curse moment. It hasn't happened to that degree in a while. Well, you can't bunt that. On the ground to second. 8 outs now for Matsumoto. This is, I believe, my first time getting in a full game with him, and everything feels really good. A little bit less velocity than some of the other pitchers, but he commands well, and obviously he can miss bats. And outside of one particular hit, they haven't done much in 3 innings. Over third, and that is in for a hit. Wasn't even in the zone. That's just a good piece of hitting. Second hit for the Northwest Arkansas Naturals. Northwest Arkansas. Sharply past the second baseman. That was risky to run on that. 2 on now. Matsumoto having to pitch himself out of a little jam. His pitching clutch is already in a pretty good spot. It's actually better than his hit per 9. And a ground ball. One there. Double play. We got there, right? Oh, I thought we had him by a half step. No challenge. So now we try to get Rave. Try to keep them to just the 1. 0-2. The biggest thing he needs to do before he gets to the majors is become more of a strikeout guy. That's the one weakness. He's having trouble putting away Rave. He's fouled off a lot of 2-strike pitches. Be interested in his swing and miss numbers at the end. Every pitch making contact, and this one is a double play. So a good job wrapping things up regardless. His stamina is also in a really good spot. He has over half of it left and is only at 53 pitches. His stamina is a 79, and that's just kind of a weird rating where the 70s is like right where you want to be. Anything above that is just a bonus. If you have like a 73 stamina, you're going to be able to go 90 plus pitches when you're having a good day. So at 79, you got more than enough. In the air and into left center field, a fly out. So that does mean if you find a guy who has like 90 plus stamina, he's basically got a robot arm. That was Joe Michael. Base hit left field. Like Michael, I knew on a good day, I could go 120 with him. Not a problem. When you hear those old stories of the pitchers from like the 20s, like pitched every other day through, 30 innings a week and wasn't sober for any of it. That was what pitching with Joe Michael was like. Ground ball short, and it's thrown into right field. How are you doing this to Benny? Second and third, one gone. Now a mess to clean up. Base hit center field. That's going to be at least one more. And it's suddenly 4-1. So I got confused earlier in an episode when we had a pitcher give up 5 runs, but none of them earned. I didn't realize that if there was an error that would have otherwise ended an inning, every run afterwards is unearned, apparently. So in this case, a double play could have ended the inning, but maybe that's a stretch. They still charge him with 3, which is what I thought they would do. They don't assume the double play. But we could have very easily turned 2 there again. 92 and really got him reaching a foot outside. Got him. Strike 3 looking. They only let Benny go 5. I feel like if the defense didn't screw things up, we could have had him go a bit longer. All right, so this actually does seem to be the solution for my player lock dilemma. What I did before entering was change my custom game entry to not the lowest setting, but the second lowest setting, where it'll let you play for low important situations. So now I have the choice of continuing or just ending the game. I'd actually like to hit with some of these AA studs that have been great this year. Thomas Morse, 311, 833 OPS, double-digit home runs. This guy can seriously hit. Maybe if I'm not ruining his swing. 70 contact against lefties, 63 power. Oh, man. Now, it did throw me in here in the 7th. It didn't have me play immediately afterwards. So it's not a full fix, but I guess it's something. Morse into left field. Hooks it into the corner. Thomas Morse on his way to second. It's thrown away. I bet the pitcher's covering. Just go back. I made that mistake too many times. Thomas Morse cracks a double. Let's watch that one again. Beautiful. Curveball in. Pull that one. And here's Chris Rotundo, the now A potential outfielder. Really excited about some of these guys we have developing. It just feels like everybody's getting high-level development. Everybody's having this awesome season. Rotundo and Morse included. The future is incredibly bright with the way this year's going. Maybe it's the new coaching staff making a huge difference. Rotundo to right field, and that's going a long way foul. 3-2. Juan Bin Cho is on deck. He's another outfielder you should be intrigued with. And he's got the bases loaded here in the 7th. Let's talk about Juan Bin Cho. He is a lefty outfielder with C potential, but a legitimate chance. He has good defensive skill. Like, if he had to go play defense now, I think he could hold his own. He has solid speed. The plate vision, though, is a concern. So I don't really see him as a big league starter, but maybe a bench player, unless vision significantly rises. But that is definitely a weakness. Down the line, fair ball, and a ground rule double. Couple of RBIs there as we get a couple of those back. That was sweet. Who's next? This is Samil De La Rosa. 2 for 3 on the day, and that is blocked. I forget his potential, but De La Rosa is a solid 64 overall player, balanced skill set, decent defender. That was actually a nice slider. The slider was 90. Kind of warned me that, yeah, this guy probably has a triple-digit fastball. Be aware of that. He just threw a 92-mile-per-hour slider. That is wild. He doesn't throw much lower than like 88. Lifted. Right field. It's Double-A, and we're running. On our way home. 5-4. Cesar Prieto. Left field, and that one is caught. Comeback, still falling short. We jump ahead in the 8th inning, and Norris Sullivan is at the plate. He's got a man in scoring position here with 2 gone. Sullivan, of course, the second draft pick back in year 1. Down 0-2. 3-2 with Morse on deck. We know what he can do against the lefty. Let's see if we give him a chance. Late swing, and Morse will lead off the 9th instead. A new lefty coming in, Joe LaSorsa, 31 of 34 on saves. And Thomas Morse trying to get us that last run to tie things up. That is down the line and left, drifting foul. Ooh, that's a tough one there. 2 strikes. Just off, and a full count with Rotundo waiting for his chance. And it's inside. The tying run is on. Now looking for something to drive. 1 on. Wanted to hold back. He's hit that corner again. And got him looking. Juan Bin Cho down the line. That's going to be extra bases. Makes his way to second, and we've got two in scoring position. Great showcase here at the Double-A level for some of these guys. And now De La Rosa. Just got to tie things up. Chopper to short, and that will tie things at 5. Oh, that sounded good. Prieto gives us the lead on a hit to the opposite field. Springfield on top, 6-5. That was Cesar Prieto, an infielder whose calling card is certainly defense, but just delivered a huge left-on-left swing. Oh, he might not be done. Wave him home. McKeithen with a base hit. And a 2-run lead suddenly. How about this rally? The closer down at Double-A is Edwin Nunez, a 59 overall, who has closed 36 games this year in 42 tries. He's kind of a reverse splits guy, at least this year. Righties hitting him much better than lefties. And a righty gets a base hit to lead off. And that brings up River Town, the tying run. And that's into left field, and it gets down. Looks like we're not done yet in this one. The Naturals get 2 on. They bring the winning run to the plate. Got it. There we go. Good curve. Got to get this first out. He can hit almost 100. 2-2. Upstairs. This is not a clean outing. Base hit left field. Can he get to third in time? Sullivan. Not there. Whoa. I think their base runner there who froze and then made the late break to third just broke his ankle. Wow. Base is loaded then. Nunez, can you pitch out of this mess? Tolbert, the leadoff man, up for Northwest Arkansas. Sounds like a Division III college. With a fastball in the high 90s, I just want to throw it in the zone and dare him to hit it. But they hit it. Got him there. Curveball, strike 3. I got to remember here on a ground ball, we might want to go home first, depending on where it is. Left field and deep, sending Sully back. Makes the catch. And that will be a 1-run game as they do not risk the final out at third base. Nunez over 20 pitches in the inning and gets a break on that call. 2-2. One more is all we need here. High heat. Popped him up, but out of play. And it's inside, full count. A base hit would tie the game, especially if the runner's leaving early. Got him looking. Wasn't pretty, but we get the save and turn this game around. 7-6, Springfield wins. We got to see Benny Matsumoto and a lot of other names that we have yet to really see play, but there are a lot of guys that left me wanting to see what they do next. Juan Bin Cho had some big hits. Thomas Morse looks like a really intriguing lefty masher especially. And you've got some other guys that'll continue to pop up. But that was a very fun time down at Double-A. We return to the big leagues now, and we are trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. Tink Hence takes on the Braves. And it is a Cardinals win, 12-10. And Hence does appear responsible for some of those runs, but we hit 4 homers. Hence gives up 7 3 2/3. That'll happen against these Braves. But man, at least he doesn't have to face our offense. This is unbelievable. 12 runs, a lot of those unearned, 4 errors, or 2 errors by Orlando Arcia. But what I'm looking at next is a series here against Milwaukee. And that's going to be a chance for us to further distance ourselves in this division race. We play 2 series here upcoming, and we could very well create an insurmountable lead before we get to those final games of the season. So that is going to be where we end today's episode. My lights are flickering here. I like to not lose my recording here, so going to wrap it up. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Much more Cardinals franchise on the way. And hoping you're enjoying the action here in Season 2. Team is in excellent shape still. Not much change today. And it's going to be up and down with these young pitchers. But I'm excited to see what they can do for us, not only in the future, but here this season. So thank you all for watching today's episode. Leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. I'll be back with more cards here in a couple days. Have a great day, and I'll see you all then.